It was just past midnight in a quiet Georgia neighborhood when retired Army Sergeant Marcus Bell awoke to the sound of his front door splintering. The shouts of police, search warrant, filled the air as red and blue lights danced across the living room walls. His wife, Tasha, startled and terrified, clutched her robe and screamed as armed officers stormed through the entryway. Marcus, who had served 2 tours overseas, had seen chaos before, but never in his own home. The SWAT team, acting on what they believed was credible intelligence about a drug operation, had raided the wrong address. Before Marcus could even raise his hands, an officer pointed a taser at Tasha. "Don't move." The officer barked. Tasha froze, tears welling in her eyes, trying to explain that they were law-abiding citizens, that Marcus was a veteran. But her words were cut off by a crackling burst of electricity. She collapsed to the floor, her body convulsing as Marcus shouted in disbelief. "Stop! That's my wife!" He yelled, his voice breaking. The room erupted in confusion, commands, footsteps, and the hum of weapons ready to fire. Marcus's instincts kicked in, but he knew that any sudden move could get them both killed. Years of military training had taught him how quickly fear could turn into tragedy. He raised his hand slowly, his voice trembling but firm. "You're making a mistake," he said, meeting the officer's eyes. For a moment, no one seemed to hear him. Then he took a breath and uttered 5 words that cut through the chaos like a blade. "Check the name on it." The commanding officer hesitated, motioning for a deputy to verify the warrant. As the seconds dragged on, one of the officers knelt beside Tasha, checking her pulse. She was breathing but barely conscious. The radio crackled. Sir, wrong house. Target lives next door." Silence filled the room. The tension broke, replaced by shock and shame. The officer in charge lowered his weapon, muttering a curse under his breath. "Stand down," he ordered. Paramedics were called, and Tasha was rushed to the hospital. Marcus sat on the porch steps, his hand shaking, watching the same men who had terrorized his family now stumble over apologies. When asked by a reporter later what went through his mind, Marcus simply said, "I've faced enemies overseas, but I never thought I'd face one at home." His words would go viral, sparking outrage, reform discussions, and a renewed call for accountability in policing. A story born from 5 words and one man's calm courage in the face of injustice.